I suffered for my artwork and I would possibly gladly do it all over again. Hollywood is an area in which desires come actual, however, additionally in which a celeb can be destroyed inside the blink of an eye, fixed, and Catherine Zeta-Jones is the clearest proof of that. A beauty icon, a talented actress, a queen of the red carpet, she had it all. Fame, a credible career, and a wedding to Michael Douglas. But inside the lower back of the mind-blowing lights changed proper, right into a existence full of turmoil, an HA bipolar ailment, a couple of hospitalizations, a fairy tale marriage that seemed on the verge of fall apart, a husband entangled in harassment allegations and shocking statements, approximately his infection, a stepson sentenced to jail, and countless unique scandals. How did Catherine Zeta-Jones face the fact that is the story of a female who in no way stopped combating to stay to inform the story in the unforgiving International of Hollywood? Catherine Zeta-Jones come to be born on September 25, 1969 in Swansea, Wales, right into a working-class-owned family. Her father changed into a baker, and her mother had become a seamstress from a more youthful age. She had to fight to live on an unstable virus, delivered approximately Catherine excessive respiratory issues, forcing her to go through a tracheotomy to maintain her life. The scar on her neck a reminder of that life, or loss of lifestyle's battle, ought to stay. Collectively together with her all the time, her circle of relatives changed into no longer nicely off, but their lives modified with a lottery fee tag. Her dad and mom won. P.S. 100, 0 sufficient to shop for a pastry store flow, into to a better network, and most importantly, put money into their daughter's ardor for the arts. From that second, Catherine released into an innovative journey on the age of 4, she modified into already singing and dancing, collectively with her church's performance group. Via 11, she starred within the musical Annie. At 13, she shone on the West's Give Up diploma in Bugsy Malone. Then at 14, a main turning issue arrived. She auditioned for a rustic, huge, journeying musical directed by means of using manner of Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. Now not most effective did she land the placement, however. She became straightaway added to London to megastar inside the pajama recreation at the age of 15. Catherine Zeta-Jones made an impressive choice. She dropped out of college to pursue appearing entire time. Even as many observed this as unstable flow, she believed that performing became no longer just her passion, it had become her destiny. Entering into the movie enterprise, Catherine landed her first fundamental function in 101 Nights, 1990, a film. Based mostly on the legendary One Nights, she completed Scheherazade, the crucial individual of the tale, but the film have become a disastrous failure, both drastically and commercially in France. It sold handy as $254,000, 739 tickets, and ranked 78th in subject workplace earnings. That 12 months, critics were similarly unimpressed, and virtually as her movie profession had began, it almost came to a standstill after this preliminary setback. Catherine located out that Hollywood changed into no longer in clean location to interrupt into, but in area of giving up she lower again to England, to our seeking for new opportunities, decrease, lower back home. She quick decided achievement in British TV. She secured the lead role within the darling buds of May 1000, 991 to 1993A, rather well-known TV collection at the time. The display success grew to be Catherine into one of the most famous television actresses within the UK. Even in comes her the call of a rustic wide treasure for her conventional fashionable beauty. However, no matter her developing fame, she refused to settle. She had her sights set on Hollywood, the location wherein desires surely came proper. Determined to conquer Hollywood, Catherine moved to the USA, but her dream short modified right into a nightmare. No character inside the organization cared approximately a British TV actress. The job she controlled to land in films like Splitting Heirs 1993, The Phantom 1000, 1996, and Christopher Columbus The Discovery 1992 had been forgettable and left little impact as possibilities dwindled. Hollywood felt further out of reach. Many in the enterprise believed that Catherine lacked the superstar power to grow to be a actual, most important female genuinely. While it appeared like any doorways were very last, Future intervened in 1993. Catherine seemed inside the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, a TV collection backed with the resource of Steven Spielberg. Spielberg took Be Aware about her captivated via her timeless beauty and unusual display presence. There are theories approximately how Spielberg discovered her. Some assets claim he come to be interested in Catherine after searching the TV miniseries Titanic 1996, while others agree with he have become inspired through her overall performance inside the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, something the case Spielberg noticed. Something unique in Catherine and believed she had the potential to emerge as a true movie star. The defining second of Catherine Zeta-Jones's career came in 1998, at the same time as she landed the position of Elena Montero inside The Masks of Zorro, starring along Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins. Catherine shone brilliantly. Her conventional beauty, regal aura, and easy on-screen attraction made it now not viable for audiences to appearance away. However, she was a stunning face. Her fierce willpower and intensity of overall performance added Elena to life as a robust, appealing, and fiercely unbiased person. From her gaze to her gestures and each line she added, Catherine grew to turn out to be Elena into an unforgettable determine, elevating the film's appeal to new heights. But securing the position come to be no easy feat. She had to surpass fierce competition from big names like Penelope Group, Isabella Scorupco, or maybe Shakira to encompass Elena Montero flawlessly. Catherine threw herself into immoderate training. She spent months reading horseback, driving swords, stopping dancing, and refining her Spanish to make certain the maximum, real standard performance maximum. Extensively, she carried out all her personal sword-stopping scenes with Antonio Banderas without a stunt double, solidifying Elena as a powerful and fascinating on-show display presence. The movie became an instantaneous blockbuster, grossing over $250 million worldwide on a $95 million fee variety. Beyond its commercial success, The Mask of Zorro became extensively praised by way of critics, hailed as one of the nice adventure movement movies of the 1990s. Catherine Zeta-Jones acquired a wave of accolades, with numerous media outlets retaining her one of the maximum spellbinding actresses in Hollywood with The Mask of Zorro. Catherine Zeta-Jones formally conquered Hollywood. Not simplest a rising British TV celebrity, she had emerged as an actual film movie megastar, favored with the aid of top administrators. Following this bounce ahead, she persevered, proving that she turned out to be extra than simplest, a lovely beauty. She had undeniable capabilities in Entrapment 1999. She starred alongside the legendary Sean Connery, marking each specific full-size milestone in her profession. The movie have ended up iconic for its laser-dodging scene in which Catherine displayed extraordinary agility, splendor, and magnetic allure that second no longer simplest contributed to the movie's worldwide achievement, grossing $212 million, but moreover cemented Catherine's recognition as one in each of Hollywood's cutting-edge day and maximum captivating intercourse symbols. Now, not restricting herself to movement movies, Catherine ventured into drama and made an exceptional step forward with web page traffic 200. Zero. In Steven Soderbergh's film, she portrayed the spouse of a drug lord, a person with complicated mental intensity. Her ordinary overall performance earned her a Display Actors Guild SAG Award and a Golden Globe nomination, solidifying her reputation as an excessive actress with simple talent. But the right pinnacle of Catherine's career came in 2002, while she starred in Chicago the Musical, Become No Longer Splendid, a huge box place of business hit grossing $36 million, but moreover, received the Academy Award for Notable Photograph Catherine took at the placement of Velma Kelly, a pointy, captivating character delivering a performance that reached the heights of innovative brilliance. She did not absolutely act, she sang and danced perfectly, embodying all of the grace and explosive strength of a true Hollywood famous character. And the maximum unforgettable 2D of her career got here whilst she stepped onto the extent to just accept her Oscar for Awesome Supporting Actress. At that time, she modified into Pregnant in conjunction with her daughter Karis Zeta Douglas. Really, 10 days a long way from giving, shipping that 2D have become one of the most iconic snapshots in Oscar facts. A radiant movie big name cradling her little one, bumped lifting the golden statuette with a beaming smile. Catherine humorously remarked that she had set a completely specific record on the Oscars, being the recipient with the largest baggage to preserve on level. She turned out to be even venerated with the possibility to perform all that jazz along Queen Latifah, but while she stepped onto the hydraulic race, she decided out-eyed she have come to be in a immoderate danger state of affairs. The strain did now not truly come from appearing, staying in front of tens of masses of heaps of sight visitors. It have become moreover about preserving stability while the platform moved. She joked that genuinely recognition there has been as nerve-wracking due to the fact the notorious award mix-ups. But regardless of the anxiety, Catherine introduced a flawless and commanding widespread normal performance, proving her level presence and professionalism, even inside the most super sports. Catherine Zeta-Jones's allure wasn't simply quite an entire lot. Her talent it modified into, additionally shaped through a personal life full of twists and turns. Earlier than meeting Michael Douglas, she had numerous high-quality relationships, although none precipitated marriage. Her first excessive-profile romance have become with John Leslie, a well-known television presenter within the UK. Their dating modified into passionate earlier than the whole thing, however. Leslie's overwhelming jealousy made Catherine experience suffocated. His outbursts of anger and immoderate manage grab regularly pushed her away, and in the end, she decided to save you the relationship. After that, she determined love with Scottish actor Angus MacFadyen, famous for his function in Braveheart. The two were given engaged within the mid-1990s, and it appeared as even though he can be the man or woman she may additionally walk down the aisle with. However, earlier than the wedding could take region, they broke up, and in the meantime, actual purpose in their split remains unknown. Love arrives. When Faith makes a selection in 1998, IMX'd the glitz and glamour of the Deauville movie pageant in France. A hazard encounter changed Catherine Zeta-Jones's lifestyles all the time. Michael Douglas, Hollywood's legendary principal guy, have emerged as right away. Captivated immediately, he laid eyes on her without hesitation. He requested a mutual acquaintance to arrange assembly at a bar. Catherine had in no way considered courting a man 25 years her senior. Coincidentally, they shared the equal birthday, September 25th, an uncanny signal of destiny. However, when Michael first spoke to her saying, "You'll be the mom of my youngsters," she modified into stunned. To her, it felt like an over-the-top pickup line, and he or she, Speedy, looked for an breakout. "I've heard a lot, approximately you. However, I suppose it is time I say appropriate nighttime." "Time," she answered, leaving Michael bewildered. However, Michael Douglas wasn't one to surrender without troubles. Know how that Catherine had become approximately to fly to Scotland to movie entrapment. He dispatched her a bouquet of roses alongside Facet, a heartfelt apology. Brought immediately to the set, his sincerity and staying energy left and have an effect on the younger actress. From that moment on, they started out having long conversations over the cellular phone for 9 months. They said lifestyles, artwork, and their internal most mind. To begin with, Catherine did now not anticipate to fall for Michael, but as time passed, she determined herself attracted to him then. Ultimately, they each found out that love had quietly taken, maintained their connection, have become an extreme passionate romance on New Year's Eve 1999 while touring in ASP and Colorado, each tormented by a horrible flu. Michael decided to make the instantaneous unforgettable below the warm glow of candlelight. He pulled out an antique 10-carat diamond ring, nicely well worth $1 million, and proposed in spite of the fact that surprised Catherine without delay said sure. Their joy doubled while Sin decided she changed into pregnant no longer. Seeking to keep it a thriller for too lengthy, Michael made the declaration himself. We envisage to preserve it private for a bit longer. However positive, Catherine is calling in advance to, and were each overjoyed on August 8, 2000. The couple welcomed their first infant, Dylan Douglas. 3 months later, the worldwide witness one in each of Hollywood's most extravagant weddings on November 18, 2000 on the Plaza Hotel in New York. Catherine and Michael formally have come to be husband and partner in a lavish $5 million Right the Bride. Wore a lovable Christian Lacroix robe paired with a Celtic-patterned wedding ceremony ring bought in Abyss, Wales. Paying homage to her roots, the Wright have become a celeb-studded affair, attended with the resource of way of Hollywood elite such as Tom Hanks, Brad Pitt, Sharon Stone, Steven Spielberg, Jennifer Aniston, and plenty of others. Michael's son from a preceding marriage, Cameron Douglas, served due to the fact the splendid man, whilst little Dylan, just 3 months vintage, modified into held in his father's arms in this momentous day. Regardless of their efforts to manipulate media exposure with the resource of selling precise picture rights to O Magazine for $1 million, they could not get away the prying eyes of the tabloids. Hello Mag secretly snapped and published 6 unauthorized pics from the event, violating the couple's privateness. Enraged, Catherine and Michael sued Suitable Day for photograph rights and privacy infringement to begin with. The court dominated in their choose, however. In 2005, an attraction overturned the decision. The choose out ruled that Hello's actions did not reason widespread damage, allowing the magazine to avoid a hefty extraordinary in spite of the fact that the lawsuit added some frustration. It only fueled public hobby within the marriage ceremony after the grand birthday celebration. Catherine and Michael Rapid settled right into a satisfied married lifestyles 3 years after their bridal ceremony. Catherine gave starting to their daughter Karis Zeta Douglas in 2003, seeking to get away the chaos of Hollywood. They determined to transport to Bermuda, a small island, wherein Michael had around 70 family live. For 6 years, they lived there, raising their youngsters in a peaceful surroundings some distance from paparazzi and the pressures of fame. Michael as speedy as shared. We perception approximately looking for a farm within the nation states. But then I decided out why circulate an extended manner whilst a flight from New York to Bermuda takes actually 90 minutes. It is even faster than going to the Hamptons, earlier than everything. Look, Catherine Zeta-Jones's existence appeared high quality, a flourishing profession, a loving husband, and lovely children. But behind the high-quality facade, she changed into fighting an invisible conflict after giving start to Karis in 2003. Catherine started out displaying symptoms and signs and symptoms of bipolar disease, a intellectual contamination that motives extreme temper swings among manic highs and deep depressive episodes. She tried to cover her struggles, continually appearing radiant in public, but indoors, she grew to be waging a never-ending conflict in the direction of her personal thoughts. The contamination did no longer simply have an effect on her mentally, it took a toll on her bodily. Most crucial, to more than one, hospitalizations. Although Catherine stored the whole thing non-published, decided no longer to permit the arena see the darkness she become struggling with. However, the greater she tried to hide it, the greater intense it have emerged as across the same time some different catastrophe shook their family in 2009. Michael Douglas's son from his previous marriage, Cameron Douglas, had become arrested for drug ownership and trafficking. The scandal dispatched surprise waves via Hollywood, dragging the Douglas family proper into a hurricane of horrible publicity. Topics took an incredible darker flip in 2010 while Cameron come to be caught selling pills. Whilst in prison, important to his sentence being extended to 7 years for Michael, a man who had spent his lifestyles building a legendary profession, searching his son stand before a pick grow. To be a devastating blow, he felt a deep enjoy of guilt, believing that his relentless pursuit of achievement had triggered Cameron to spiral down a detrimental course. In an emotional interview, Michael admitted, "I failed Cameron, he need to have died. Accessible or been killed by using the usage of manner of a person, but now in jail as a minimum he has a danger to reveal his life round, even though Catherine became not Cameron's biological mom. She couldn't assist, however, experienced the burden of the scandal on her own family for years. She struggled the mission of helping her husband emotionally on the identical time as silently preventing her very, very personal intellectual battles. But the extra, she tried to live strong, the more drained she had become. Through 2011, she may additionally need to not suppress it. She checked herself into a hospital for remedy of bipolar ailment for the first time. She publicly recounted her highbrow fitness struggles, hoping that her story could probably help spoil the stigma. Spherical intellectual contamination, she stated. "I'm no longer a person who likes to put my non-published existence on display, but because of the truth that my circumstance have turned out to be public, I can help others recognize that they're now not by myself. Intellectual health is not something to be embarrassed about, but simply as Catherine changed into collecting the strength to heal, a good more disaster-struck one that could push their marriage to the threshold in 2002. And 10 Michael Douglas modified into identified with diploma for throat, most cancers, a devastating sentence for someone who had as quickly as stood on the pinnacle of Hollywood. For Catherine, it changed into the greatest wonder of her lifestyles. She positioned her whole profession on preserve stepping, a long way from film gadgets, canceling all tasks, and dedicating herself really to caring for her husband. Those months felt like a never-ending nightmare as she watched the sturdy, charismatic guy she loved, grade by grade, wither below the brutal toll of chemotherapy and radiation treatments. Absolutely everyone who observed Michael Douglas at that factor became left in disbelief. He had misplaced a lovely quantity of weight. His voice had deteriorated, and his soonest colorful presence had diminished into an aged, frail shadow of himself. But notwithstanding the pain, Michael fought with unwavering strength of mind, commonly preserving extremely good the front for his own family. Catherine, on the other hand, at the same time as acting sturdy in public, come to be ate up with the aid of relentless worry. She had by no means without a doubt taken into consideration the possibility of losing Michael, the person who had built a life together with her, who've been through her element through their happiest moments. That worry brought approximately the resurgence of her depression for an entire 365 days. Catherine lived below insufferable pressure. She pushed herself to the limit, striving to satisfy her roles as a partner and a mom. But in her, she turned out to be deteriorating. Then, in 201, whilst Michael declared victory over most cancers, many assumed that the Douglas family had finally determined peace once more. But the fact became far unique. As Michael recovered Catherine's highbrow health spiral, her scenario worsened to the issue wherein she had to be hospitalized for remedy. Those close to her found out that she had virtually collapsed after Michael's healing, as though years of maintaining the whole lot collectively had in the end tired each ultimate ounce of her strength, however, on the equal time. As she sought help for her intellectual struggles, she turned out to be thrust into, however, every different crisis. This time one as a result of her non-public husband's lovely declaration. While Michael Douglas spoke publicly approximately his conflict with maximum cancers, he shocked the world via manner of placing forward that his throat most cancers have been due to HPV. a virus transmitted through oral intercourse. His assertion sparked a right-away media frenzy, elevating questions not most effective about his health, however, additionally approximately his past intercourse existence, and no matter the reality that Catherine had not something to do with it, she became thrust into the center of vicious speculation. Catherine modified into deeply damaged now, not clearly due to the reality Michael had publicly found out. This sort of sensitive element, however, because she were dragged right into a hassle she had in no way desired to be part of for a long term. She withdrew from the general public eye, refusing to make any statements, but everybody ought to see that cracks had begun to shape of their marriage. After the entirety that they'd endured, it appeared no longer something should harm them, but however, in fortune, but great humans with real information can undergo. Catherine proved that. What about you? You could purchase a lottery rate charge tag, but preserve in mind great talent can truly change destiny. What do you recall Catherine Zeta-Jones' outstanding journey? Which movie, second, or financial ruin of her existence inspired you the most? Go away a remark under and proportion your mind. Don't forget to hit like and enroll in Find Out Greater, Captivating Memories of Hollywood Legends. See you inside the subsequent video.